You're listening to Reality in 5D with your host, Matt.
And Courtney.
And today we're recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17, Episode 4, Where's the Beef and the Budget? I'm loving Atlanta. They're coming in hot, but there are a couple players that I'm kind of over.
Like, name them.
Shadra Parks.
Name them.
Oh gosh, Shadra Parks for
Oh,
one.
gosh, yes, of course. I've been over her. I don't know why she came back.
I love Portia, but she's kind of playing. I don't like the frickin' frack aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah. That hasn't aged well, you
No,
know?
it didn't.
No.
It's never looked good.
I feel Portia is trying way too hard to stir the pot and bring the drama. And it's kind of giving.
There's no need.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's desperate.
It's giving desperate, for sure. It's evocative of desperation.
Yes. Well, this episode opens up with Pinky opening a she's at the Slutty Vegan planning an event. A charity event for the Pinky Cole Foundation, which pays
Yes.
rent, tuition, etc. For people in need. That's amazing.
Yes, girl.
I love that. I love that she gives back to the community. And Kelly shows up. The girls all are like there to donate. They all have like a whole list of things that they're supposed to bring.
Items.
Like,
Yeah.
Drew has the deodorant. I'm like, ooh.
What is Pinky's birthday again?
Oh no, I don't remember.
Is she a Virgo or Pisces? I feel like she could go either way.
Oh gosh, I could see Pisces. We're gonna have to like.
I could also see Virgo. That was a very itemized list, and it was very detailed on what everyone should bring. I don't know. That's kind of Pisces too, though. We'll have to catch back up with that.
I love it how she was like, you know what? I was once a slut. Now I'm like owning the slut. So we have Slutty Vegan. We call everyone sluts, which ends up like pissing a bunch of people off later on in the episode.
It was kind of awkward, honestly. I don't feel like it was. I mean,
it's clearly the aesthetic. You're walking into somewhere called Slutty Vegan.
I get it, and they're trying to, take away the stigma and
desensitize.
Exactly, but I don't know
the word.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly shows up and she talks the possibility of bankruptcy as well with Pinky, who still hasn't told her husband Derek. And then she talks about Phaedra having an issue with Pinky and like allegedly saying that Pinky still eats meat.
Oh, yeah.
Did you catch that? And Pinky's like, "Are you kidding? Like, I'm on the board of PETA."
The way she even like brought it to Shamia was, I mean, she was trying to be shady. She knew what she was spreading. She thinks she's so good at it and that she can remain anonymous, like sit back while everybody else like is held accountable. But
I think some of the housewives who have done this for so long are to the point that they've run out of content and now they're producing content. And it's kind of tired. Like at that point, we don't need them back. If they're not organically interesting, I don't need them producing a storyline. Like it's we keep having to touch on this. And it's like all of them who are tenured in the housewife field. You know what I mean?
Do you think Phaedra forgot some of her lies? Do you think she tells so many lies that she cannot keep the truth and her lies separate?
I do think that. And I mean, look at the whole original frickin' frack, like why Phaedra left the show in the first place, like the lies
Too many lies.
Candy and never had to like talk about or take accountability for. She's only back on the show because Candy left the show. It's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we get to Shamia's house and she's in her closet packing for Cynthia's tequila trip. And her husband, she asked her husband if he's going to miss her.
Oh my
And his face, he's like, yeah, and rolls his eyes.
There were a few times he rolled his eyes. I clocked that as well. Also, have we ever met him before that episode?
Yeah, he's been on a couple times, but I don't feel like he's ever really like, I don't know, he's very just stoic. Like he doesn't have a lot of expression, or maybe he's camera shy.
Yeah, maybe. I think their relationship dynamic is kind of weird, honestly. The vibes were kind of almost like resentful too.
Well, and they go into their fertility struggles and that they've had a lot of issues and legal issues over surrogacy and trying for a baby, and they're like really pushing for a boy. And the only time his face showed any expression at all the entire scene was when they brought up the mention of having a boy.
Yeah, he lit up like a Christmas tree.
Every single one, like they all, like, you could just see it. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, because I thought he was just kind of a stoic person too. Didn't, some people aren't very smiley, but you're right. The mention of a son, he was
And maybe he's just uncomfortable on camera.
maybe,
And we got
maybe
to see
he's
one
just,
moment of vulnerability, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's not gonna
We don't
last
know
long
much
on
about him.
Housewives if he can't open up more. He's gonna become a
Yeah.
husband who's like either left on the editing room floor or just doesn't film because it's not like that interesting, and it doesn't look
Mm.
great when he's rolling his eyes about missing his wife.
Yeah, their partnership looked a little questionable.
But everyone goes through it, so.
Yeah, maybe they're just on a low.
Well, and then Portia, speaking of relationships going through it, ebbs and flows and ups and downs are all across the board, I guess, with Portia. Her and Mike,
Who?
the guy from episode 1, Mike, right? So the
Who?
first guy that she introduced to the cast, and then she introduced a different partner the second cast or the second episode, and now Mike is back for this episode.
Are we supposed to care?
No, but he's well, I mean, he sends her all of the roses, and she talks about also not wanting to commit. Like she's been through it. She's already had divorces and baby
Kids.
daddy drama,
Yeah.
exactly. And she talks finances and the house, and she owns her house before the house that she's in now, that she shared with her husband, her now ex-husband. And
Okay.
but she's talking about keeping the house because it has like over $1 million in equity, so it's like a much smarter financial move to keep that home even though there's like negativity surrounding it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And she gets emotional and she was like, oh, the conversation that they have about wanting kids, remember? And
Oh.
he wants 3 kids, and she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could go through this or push this out. And he was like, well, that would be a deal breaker for me.
Oh, Portia. Why did I think we were talking about Phaedra? I was like, what? Why do I care about who Phaedra is dating? I forgot this is
Did I
Portia.
say that?
I'm not sure. Maybe we were talking about Phaedra and maybe I just didn't. I'm like, who is Mike? Now I realize who Mike is. Mike. Oh, yes. I
Um,
do remember her talking about not wanting to have any more kids now. I mean, he seemed okay with it in front of the camera. And he seemed okay with it, at that point, but who's to say that that won't be a deal breaker down the road, you know?
yeah.
Hmm.
No, he said it was a deal breaker.
Well, she's also dating other people anyways
I
and not
know,
wanting to
like,
commit.
that's true.
Maybe he's happy just staying friends with benefits.
Then we had that, like, little cycle bar class that was kind of irrelevant because they started it, but did we even see them finish it? They were like, okay, y'all can take a break. They go sit in the corner.
Yeah,
Like
I think Phaedra was like, oh, I gotta get off.
every exercise on Housewives, they end up just like, okay, well, let's just actually go sit in the corner and talk and film.
Yeah.
That's actually my kind of exercise as well.
They're like, let's get the shot of you guys actually looking like you're like putting in the work and then
Uh-huh.
go off to the side. Like, at what time have you ever been to a gym and just saw like a group of women or men just like off to the side having like a chat or like a
Right.
kiki?
That's really what they're there for, not to actually work out.
Like,
It's
not even in the
networking.
lobby or anything. It's always like in the gym.
Man.
In the middle of like the gym and like all the workout equipment or like wherever they are. Pilates.
When Angela's like, I'm accepting Phaedra, but she still like low key holds a grudge. She's become like a shade assassin so far. And Portia brings up Pinky having that meat issue with Phaedra, and immediately Phaedra, she's always going to respond with a jab or an insult, so she shades her lawsuits immediately. And then they start going into the list of the stuff that they're supposed to bring, and they're like $4,000 in vegan formula, and like making a big like deal about it. And Portia's like,
formula was it?
I don't know. It's because they're buying it in bulk, and vegan any formula is expensive. I mean, they keep it behind like glass now. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So vegan formula is more expensive. Everything vegan. I mean, come on, we're vegan. We know everything is more expensive. And I mean, yeah, if you're buying it in bulk to give out as a charity, it's gonna cost a lot of money. Yeah. But I mean, come on, give back. Money is liquid. You have to like put it out to get it back.
How are you gonna have a complain about $4,000 donated for charity and like babies, and like you have bags that were more than that, and you're sitting over there telling your kids, "Well, I'm rich, and then complain about $4,000
for charity.
One more lie you told us, Phaedra.
Well, that was Portia, I think, wasn't it? That was bringing the formula. And
no, it was Phaedra.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, I mean, these women own businesses. These are tax write-offs when you donate to charity. Like, you're getting that money back. It doesn't make sense.
Did we notice Drew was absent the whole episode?
She's like,
did we care?
She didn't show up. She couldn't afford to get that.
It was better.
Right? Yeah. It's always better when Drew's
We did not miss you.
Literally. And then we go to Angela talking product development with her fans, her fangies. That's funny. Like, she's all about like jumping on a business. She's got like that entrepreneurship quality for sure. But then she asked Charles the front half, and wasn't he already shading her with the house, like the houses?
I mean, I know she wants to make that work so badly, but what has she really learned from all of that, except that she like lost all that money, Mm-hmm. And I know that was a blow to her ego, but like, what did you truly learn or gain from that experience that made you think that you could start again?
Right. Well, hopefully, like, I mean, I get, because before she had like what, 5, 6 houses, and now she's like, I'm just gonna do one house and like go from there. I mean, like, I feel like that should be a duh, unless you're on like a level that you can handle it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess more to come. But she asked Charles to foot half the bill, and he was like, "Okay, yes," like immediately. And I'm like,
she put him on the spot
on
Do
camera.
you think a lot of that was because of that alone?
Ooh, time will tell.
She said she knew how to work him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
in the bedroom. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure she was talking about both ways. I think she knew he would definitely not want to say no on camera.
Wasn't it something like their new space as well? They're like, oh, here we are in our new like boardroom. I'm like, okay, are we just like another housewife making up a business storyline?
She did come back like more put together, more. I don't know. It was like she took like last year in review and critiqued herself.
I mean, she's definitely
more poised.
She's a pot stir. She's giving like
calculated.
Yeah, and I'm here for it because on some level these shows do need that. Now it's like how she does it. If you're smart about it, I mean, no one wants you to be like a bully. You know what I mean? Sure. But give us entertaining television. I'm here for that. A little subtle shade, a little
harmless
banter.
shade.
Yeah, back and forth as long as it's above the belt. You know what I mean? But
something that's not going to affect your family or business or
for sure.
Things like that.
And then we get to the event, which, I mean, I don't feel like we got enough of what was actually going on. You see a little bit of people here, and they're like, K. Michelle's the first one to show up, and you've got like Portia and Shady Fady off in the corner doing like hiki before they were like, we don't want to go to an event and only like eat veggies, so we're gonna have a little snack before, and they're literally putting like a little spread on a cracker. I'm like, oh, okay.
It looked like some kind of crab meat dip or like seafood dip. So I'm like, great. So you're going to give yourself food poisoning from eating room temperature seafood dip or cheese and then go to this vegan place and then think, oh, this vegan place gave me diarrhea. I'm like, I can already see Phaedra.
Mm-hmm. And then we bounce right back over to the event, and the husband's like has to leave 45 minutes in. It was like a business, something with his business, right? And she's like, I'm kind of hurt and upset that he left 45 minutes in. Like, you can't stay for me. And the producer was so shady. Several times in this episode, the producer would say something and they'd be like, Remember, like, he was like, "Are you done?" And they'd be like, "Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, she just kept going.
yeah, no kidding."
They only showed us 2 of them too, so I wonder what else was said because they were only able to show us like 2 or 3 of them.
Well, when Pinky's husband leaves and she's like, "I'm upset," the producer's like, "Yeah, well, have you told him about the bankruptcy?" And she's like, oh,
Was that supposed to
crickets."
be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like.
Was that supposed to be shade?
And then when Portia walks in, they're like, "Hey, slut," or something like that.
Why are the producers the shadiest ones on the show?
They've been here, they've done that. They're
Props
like,
to
"You're
them for
another
that.
housewife. We've been here. We've owned this." And Portia and Phaedra walk in and they're like, "Hey, sluts," or "We've got some sluts walking in," or something like that. Do you remember? And
Oh yeah.
Portia immediately gets offended. And
They
I'm
look like they're gonna fight, yeah.
I know. She's like, "Oh, we're going to leave that over there." I'm like,
I call
literally.
people names. It's like 2026 though. Do we really call people that anymore?
If it offends you, you associate with it on some level.
I know, but I still wouldn't call anyone that. It doesn't offend me.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
just
Portia.
saying, I
But
think, but the word, anyways, like, especially because I feel
it's
like
on
that's
the
a.
building.
I mean,
Everything's called slut sauce and like
yeah.
slut shake or whatever and slutty dips.
I mean, that's our thing. We have a cookbook that's like eat like you give a fuck. So
Exactly.
I mean, I don't personally care, but I also wouldn't tell people, "Hey, you need to eat like you give a fuck." Although, I mean, we all should.
Well, and that's when Phaedra gets called out about the meat comment and immediately blames Shamia
Oh yeah,
about that,
she knew.
claiming that Pinky owned like a Jamaican restaurant or whatever. And I mean, they didn't. I mean, people could own a restaurant and not eat at it. People can own a building and never stay in it or walk
We're
in it.
vegan, but we haven't always been vegan either. But we
Yeah.
haven't eaten meat since going vegan.
Uh-huh.
So I understand her side when she's like, I'm on the board for PETA. I represent, like, this is my business. This is my image. You cannot say things like that. Like, I understand, girl. And if that's always been you and that's what you say, like, I believe you. And I know there's a lot of vegan options that are meant to look and taste very similar to the meat option. So I could see why it would look that way even. You know?
To someone who didn't know.
Yeah, or wouldn't think twice, you know.
But people need to understand that, like, I mean, she is, again, on the board of PETA. Things like that, claims like that could affect her.
And she's going through so many lawsuits, so she's, like, on that defense, ready
Definitely.
to fight.
Good point, good point. Well, it just becomes, like, tons of shade back and forth because Phaedra denies it and blames Shamia. Shamia doubles down on it, and then, like, Pinky's like, "The only meat I eat is my husband."
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
so
"Oh my
crude,
god."
but I love her.
I do too. I mean, she owns it. She's like, reform slut. Now I like own
It's
the
her
word.
thing. It's her thing. Yep. I can respect that.
Well, and then Phaedra's now mad at Shamia because Shamia made a comment on a podcast when asked who would be a better godmother, and she said that looking at Noelle and the way that Noelle has turned out and the way that she was raised, you could tell that Cynthia had done a good job, and Phaedra was like immediately offended. I mean, maybe the wording could be better, but
the question was meant to be offensive to
that's
one
her
of them.
opinion.
Yeah, it was a shady question, and she gave a shady answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, she didn't even give a shady answer. She just commended one of them more. She didn't compare. She didn't say Phaedra's a crappy mom.
No kidding.
She didn't say anything about Phaedra.
I mean, Phaedra, do better. You get the energy you put out. So you put out all this rude and shade nasty, and that's why people are like, well, I wouldn't pick her to be a godmother.
So Shadra.
Exactly.
I think that was
Shadra.
Purposeful. Shadra.
Yeah.
She was going to be offended either way. She took offense because she
wanted
it.
Yeah, she wanted to be offended.
She was going to be either way.
The best part of the entire part, the best part of the entire scene and maybe episode was Maury Povich coming on.
Oh my God, out of retirement.
And being, is he retired?
Final result.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, they don't play anymore Maury shows.
They don't? Wow.
God, I'm pretty sure you're showing our age again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Did you see him? You know he is not up there still being like, the results are in.
The Maury lie detector determines that it is a lie.
You are not the father.
Pinky did not eat the meat.
Well, she ate the meat. But still vegan.
Yeah.
Not any animals.
Right.
No animals were harmed.
It's kind of cool. I didn't realize she was a producer of Maury Povich. That's really
That
cool.
was fun.
There's such a backstory to her that we have yet to unfold. And she's giving. I'm here for it. She's already given us a charity event and
Her
Shade and
relationship
her.
with,
You're right.
yeah, that was one of the like that was so
They're
great to
dynamic.
see. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
kind of
like their
dynamic.
dynamic. I used to love that about on Beverly Hills, like in the earlier years of Maurizio and Kyle before everything and before. Yeah, I feel like she changed as a person. I loved their
They're
relationship
so
on there.
staged.
Yeah,
Whereas
where
Pinky and her husband are like, they seem just like genuinely authentic and like there for each other, which is refreshing because most of those housewife relationships are so toxic.
doomed.
And that's why they're mostly divorced.
Yeah, you're right,
I could count on like
100%.
one hand the ones that are still married.
Well, speaking of, Portia and her sister Lauren are talking, and then Portia's baby daddy shows up and notices the roses
Oh, yeah.
that are there. And he's like, "Who brought those?" And she lies immediately. She like grabs the card and like runs over and throws it on the counter.
Which is weird behavior on
It is
both of
weird.
them.
Yeah.
Are again, they're just trying to they're staging drama. Why do you think they were there for their podcast? They were there to announce their YouTube shows. They're there to start petty drama. Also, I'm pretty sure Dennis sent those roses. Remember when she was like, he always used to send me these, so I know it's gonna upset him.
No, it was
Who
Mike
else
in the
is
beginning. He showed it, and that's why the card, they throw the card. And when Portia's talking to her friend about the podcast, and she's relaunching hers, and then her child's starting, Pilar is starting a podcast,
Mhm.
and he goes and gets the card that she threw on the counter from Mike, and the sister goes and snatches it out of his hand and throws it in the water. And I'm like, this is the weirdest
weird?
dynamic,
Yeah.
weird behavior.
Especially finding out he lives at home with his oh my God, with his girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, I guess you'll always have a connection when you have
Sure.
children, I guess, but it's still a weird dynamic. And they like get into
To
a
care about
fight.
who they're dating or not. Yeah.
Yeah, they get into a fight over her love life.
Yeah.
And at this point,
It's controlling.
it was really weird. She's like, this is why I can't work with you. You can't be on our YouTube.
Yeah. Also, did you notice PJ was like wanting to play hide and seek and she's like, "Yeah, you go hide." And she started counting and PJ went upstairs and then Dennis showed up at the door and was like, "Where's PJ?" And she's like, "Oh, she's upstairs." I'm like, "No one is
That
going to go
child's hiding.
find her." Maybe it was like, cut so that we didn't see that part, but the way it played out on TV, I was like, "Are we gonna find BJ?"
Oh my gosh, can we get an update? Hopefully
Is
that's
she
on next
still okay?
episode. We found her. Um,
Where was she?
and then the episode kind of rounds out with Pinky and her husband on a run, and she
Oh, yes.
finally tells him that she's bankrupt.
Yes.
And he like looks so shocked, and he's like, "Oh my god, who have you told? How much?" And she's like 5 million. And then it cuts to like her telling every single one of the girls, which I'm interested to see at the reunion how he felt
Yeah,
about that, watching it back, because he's like, "Who have you told?" And then it pans over to like literally everyone. And he's like, "This is going to be a public nightmare. It's going to be on the news." And she's like, "Well, it's already on the news. Like, it's already a public nightmare. Like, what do I do?" And he's like, I'll take care of it. I'll pay for it." And she like doesn't want to accept it, but I'm like, and he's like, "When we ride together, we ride together." You know what I mean? So
they have 5 kids together, right? Like, yeah.
I love
You ride
their.
until the wheels fall off. That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like he deserves to know too. You know,
Yeah.
like, so
Yeah.
hopefully they grow from this in their relationship moving forward, because I really love their dynamic, and like she's able to be more vulnerable to him and let him open up because he wants to help her. He has successful businesses, and that is like that is a partnership. You're building together. You're building a life.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's got to open up to that too. I'm sure there's more, and there's backstory and reason why she is what she is, and especially like now with going bankrupt in the business situation and losing $100 million.
But
I mean,
maybe
I'm
then
sure
she'll
that.
only come back that much stronger,
Oh, I
you know?
believe it, and I'm here for it.
Me too. I want to see
We're
her comeback success. I
we
can't
need to
wait
go
to
to
watch it.
Atlanta and eat the food.
Oh, we just need to go to Atlanta and
Yeah.
definitely stop by some of these
Pinky,
places.
we need to have you on. We're vegan as well, so let's have a vegan Kiki on reality in 5D.
Yeah,
So hit us up.
of course. Always.
The scenes from next episode look so good
I can't even
because
remember.
Angela came in tight trying to be a shade assassin, throwing shade at Pinky, and Pinky's like, I should have bought your foreclosed houses. And I was like,
yes!
oh my God. Angela's face looked so hurt.
Pinky is so quick and her wit is so funny.
Is she
It's
a
so
Libra?
witty. We need to find
I
out her
know, we need
birthday,
our
like before we end this
notes.
podcast.
Literally.
She is so funny and witty. She is everything that Phaedra thinks she is. Phaedra thinks she gives the funniest little like voice overs or like sound bites, and she doesn't. It's so corny. But Pinky, like fire. I just
Kills
love
it
it. Yeah.
every single time. I know. We need to find it. We need their. Oh, I'm even literally checking my notes. I'm like, do we have it with us?
Oh man.
Are you here? Are you in the room
I'll
with
find
us?
it. I'll
I don't
find
think
it.
I have it.
Is it here? Come to me.
It might have been on my.
It'll be X. Oh no, this is extras.
Next episode. Next episode.
Yeah,
We'll
to be
figure it out
continued.
for sure.
We'll
Well,
take our
as
guesses.
always, it's been a blast here in the tea room. Thanks for listening to Reality in 5D with your host, Matt.
And Courtney.
Bye.
Bye.